All right, let's bring in Bill O'Reilly. One of his favorite lines, or at least it's one of Dusty's favorite lines of his, is Chris Cuomo needs perspective. So let's get some. It's good to see you, Bill. What do you make of the state of play around us?
Well, yeah, I got to get a little more specific, Cuomo. There are a lot of stuff.
I wanted to make it open-ended so you could take it where you wanted to.
You know, look, it's your program, and you're extremely astute, so hit me with your best shot here.
Well, I'd like to have some understanding of certain aspects of the state of play, starting with the president in terms of what you make of, let's deal with the most recent thing. Senator Josh Hawley says, yeah, we shouldn't be trading stocks. It's wrong. And the president and the vice president shouldn't be doing it either. And Trump punches him in the face and makes it about Pelosi. Why? Why do this?
Well, are you surprised? He's been doing that since he's 8 years old. I mean, I'm used to it by now. The president doesn't want any ban on commodities trading in Congress and in the executive branch. So it's his opinion. It's a very interesting issue because there are two sides to the story. Nancy Pelosi and her husband have certainly prospered financially. I don't know whether they did anything untoward or not, but they have because of her position of power, or it coincided with that. But on the other hand, if you ban it, then you are denying people serving the public to participate in the capitalistic system. You tell them they can't do that. They can't provide for their families because the way to grow wealth
They're getting paid.
is to invest in the markets. Right.
Then get out of public service.
That's a strong point.
But get out of public service.
Well, you can say that.
You're not supposed to get rich while in public service.
You can say, well, if you don't like it, don't run, but you lose a lot of good people. And you know, that's a little facile. If you don't like it, don't run. I mean, what is the right thing to do? So I'd have to see the proposed bill that Hawley is supporting. I'm not surprised President Trump criticized him because that's what the president does when you oppose him. I'm not upset by it. I don't think Hawley is upset by it. I don't think this will pass. I don't think members of Congress will vote for it.
Well, but that's the same thing. I mean, they can't vote away term limits, but we remember what they did with their health care. Also, when they were willing to cut it for everybody else, they tried to carve out their own. I think that you are missing how purposeful this is for the public. I don't think it's facile at all. I think it's obvious, in fact. I think that the idea,
you're correct.
You can't do it without a conflict of interest. It's an inherent conflict. If you go to Quiver Quantitative, these people trade right around when things are happening before them.
Absolutely, and that is very, very wrong. But it's not my job to agree with the masses. And you're absolutely right. They don't want people enriching themselves by insider information. But I'm telling you, there are two sides to the story, and you'd have to study it and maybe come up with a compromise, a trust situation, or you'd have to declare, you know, who is going to do your investments. I don't know. But again, the important point between me and you is that I don't take the side that's most popular. I try to take the side that's most fair.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking that this one is a no-brainer. It's not about doing what's popular. And certainly that's not what I'm known for. But to me, this is a no-brainer. We all know what the test is, Bill. It's a smell test. You know, it's the same thing for us. And this is so obvious. I mean, just what we're seeing with Pelosi alone. But when you look at the list of members of Congress, I just think it's a bad look, especially for a populist. You know, that's what President Trump is supposed to be, is a populist, right? And if this isn't about how the establishment gets swampy, what is? That's all. I'll leave it alone.
Look,
but that's why I think it's a no-brainer.
One more point. One more point, okay?
Please.
Trump is selling perfume, okay? He's selling perfume.
Yeah. Yeah. And sneakers and crypto and all this other stuff. Yeah.
Right. He's a capitalist. That's what he does.
All right. So what does matter to you that you think going on right now? For instance, I have a couple of guys coming on to talk about the economy and whether what's happening is good or bad. Of course, you can always pick your numbers. But you and I have discussed before that the president should be talking more about the economy just to get away from Epstein. What do you think that picture looks like for the presidency right now?
It's pretty positive for the Trump administration now, but of course the press spins it negative. I was amused and I blasted Schumer, the Senate Minority Leader, for saying it's fake. It's not fake, Chuck. It's not fake. The deals are real. Now, whether they are going to come to full fruition, nobody knows, but it's absolutely on the right track. Stock market's high, unemployment is low, inflation is going down. Those are all very positive signs. But of course, the hate Trump brigades will never admit anything. They'll always, oh no, it's going to be this, going to be that. And that's not looking out for our country, is it, Chuck Schumer? I'm addressing him now, Cuomo. It's not. What you should do is, if you have a specific objection to a deal, then let it be known. Overall, the China situation is the big kahuna, to use a surfing expression, okay? Since the tsunami did not engender the waves that panicked everybody in the Pacific Ocean, I'm going to get to the kahuna tonight. Yeah. Look, it's China. If the United States and China can make an economic deal, and what I put forth is a partnership for peace and prosperity, the whole world changes. And Putin gets it right between the eyes. Now, I understand that President Trump is going to go to Beijing. That's where it stands tonight. I don't know when. Okay, it has not been announced. But I've been involved with this, as you know. And if Trump can get a trade deal and a security deal with China, he'll elevate himself up to a very high position in the ranks of the presidents.
Bill O'Reilly, I appreciate you very much. Thank you for your perspective as always. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.